So it's kind of funny. I always seem to start out with that. So, like, I have to pause before I really move into whatever it is I'm doing next. Sort of like a safety net. Anyway, um, as we head into 2019, I always feel like, not the word resolution, but always feel like there should be some. Here's a good analogy. So you go onto the golf course and you start off at the tee. So this is like your end of December, January. This is where you start, the tee. And then you have to look to where the flag is to let you know where the hole, where you want to end up. And how you get from the tee to the flag or the hole. There is an almost infinite number of ways to get from here to there. So you don't really need to have every single little bit mapped out, but you need to know where you're going. You need to know where the hole is. So that's when you focus your goals or you clarify your goals, you get more concrete in where you think you want to go, give it more of a shape. You put the flag in the hole so you know where you're headed. So that's been on my mind a lot in the last couple weeks, especially as I get more reflective in my relationship with myself, with other people, with my situation in general. This has to do with the energy work that I'm doing through the Sensology Institute, the energetic development, which I'll put a link in the comment section on here. I have to learn how to do this more. So this is pure vlog, December 28th, 2018, sort of wrapping up my year and video journaling. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I've been trying to be clear about the different areas in my life and putting containers around them. And this is all sort of cognitive pieces that you work on when you're doing your energetic development. And instead of having all these separate areas in my life and pinging myself back and forth in between all of them as I try to do what I feel like I need to do and what others are expecting of me and all that good stuff, I'm trying to pull them all together. And I have to, in that space, as I'm trying to do that, I have to be mindful and thoughtful of the balance. And that's the kitschy word lately, everything in balance and all that, but that balance is important to keep me level, to keep me from disassociating, to keep me from getting overwhelmed and shutting down, to keep me from losing my filter, which I got real close to that a couple weeks ago, which is not always a bad thing, especially if you have a fawn tendency and you try to people please to keep yourself safe. And that filter then becomes a bubble that you disassociate with, and you don't use your true voice, you don't put your boundaries in, you don't put yourself in your container and have a clear boundary between what you need for yourself and what you feel others are expecting from you. Sometimes losing that filter is a good thing, but you don't want to be doing it in a not healthy way. So, all of that being said, I think 2019 for me will be understanding, to pull this analogy out even further, the whole golf course that I'm playing on, to see the bird's eye view map of the various holes and the direction I'm going from. This tee on the first hole to the last flag, the last hole at the end of this year coming up. And of course that ripples out and it impacts the next couple years and the next 5 years and all that stuff. But very rarely, or so often I should say, you're standing on that first tee at the very beginning of a course. You really have no idea what it's going to look like when you come back around and you start at the same tee a year from now. Because a year from now, I had no idea we would be purchasing our own home and we would have dog. All of that stuff was not part of the bird's eye view that I saw. Doesn't mean it wasn't good. I just didn't realize, which it makes it exciting then. It makes it nice and sweet. So part of doing this and giving myself moments of reflection and sharing, because to me it's part of who I am to want to share and to connect to others and I don't know what else to say, teach, heal, whatever. All of that stuff is part of who I am. So I'm honoring it by doing this, and I am going to give myself the gift of touching base here on a more consistent basis. And yeah, so let's give that chance for all those thoughts that spin around that I haven't put down on paper yet, that don't really, like, once I start to do it, it sort of fizzles and dies out. If I can speak it and record it here, then I can go back later and I can watch it and I can see if there's any nugget that kind of slipped out that I wasn't really paying attention to, and then I can work with that. And that's the whole point. So I don't want to, whenever I tie myself down to a certain thing, I tend to fight against that. So I'm going to try not to say once a week I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. But when I have a quiet moment and I'm not rushing to get off to work or so on the weekend, perhaps that'll be my once a weekend thing. So in a soft, non-concrete way, I'm going to suggest to myself that I touch base on here once a week. Can I give myself a chance to look around my tee, look for the flag, see if I'm still heading in the right direction? Am I playing in the rough? Am I mulliganing it? How am I going to do this? Let's see how long I can keep this golf metaphor going. Anyway, yeah, so I'm excited about 2019, and not in a yay, go team way, in a I can feel things settling way, and I can feel my legs getting stronger underneath me. I can feel my containers taking shape more. I can feel that energetic core of myself strengthening, and it feels really good. So, and then I'm able to see, and I'm getting validation and verification that all these other areas that in your head, you can see where you want to go, and you know where that flag is. You know it's possible because other people have, gone that direction or have finished that hole. But you start to see what route makes the most sense, and you make progress, and you're getting there, and it's pretty nice. It's a pretty good feeling. So enjoy your New Year's coming up. And I'll pop on here more.